You know, I was starting to miss the cinema experience for How to Train Your Dragon 3 The Hidden World. And I was starting to miss the time when all the shopping centres had all those How to Train Your Dragon posters, and the hype train when it came out in Australia. The hype train was packed with excitement, the hype train was getting higher and higher, and I was just overall very missing that experience and time. And I loved the movie when I went to go see it in the cinemas. I went to go see it 5 times in cinemas, and it was an outstanding movie. It's my favourite film of all time. And I missed that cinema experience. I really wanted to come back. However, I have actually made a petition for when the first movie turns 10 years old, they could play the entire trilogy in every cinema all around the world. Maybe DreamWorks will see that, but I have a link to the petition in the description. Today I want to talk about the fifth and final short to end the whole franchise that's going to be coming out by Christmas time. That's going to be called How to Train Your Dragon Homecoming. Okay, yeah, the first thing that pops in my head is Spider-Man Homecoming. However, I think this is how it's going to be. I want to talk about how I think the plot will go, how I think they're going to explain the story. This is going to be the final thing of the whole series, and then the franchise is done. After this fifth short, boom, it's over. And I think this is a great way to end the 2010s decade. It's also, well, another cool thing I like is that The Hidden World will have its final release in Japan on December 20th. So, that's something cool, I guess. Let's talk about how I think the fifth short will go. I think it will begin with Hiccup narrating how there was a time when the dragons existed, how they coexisted with humans, cooperate them, help them. However, also there was the humans that wanted to kill the dragons. I think Hiccup will talk about how Toothless had to leave to the Hidden World and assemble all the other dragons and call them and reunite them to go to the Hidden World so they wouldn't be killed and captured, because the Hidden World is kept guard secret. And Hiccup obviously has now got married with Astrid. So I think this will probably have Zephyr and Nothing, who are in this picture right here. And I think this is going to be a cool idea. I think it's going to be nice to develop their characters and explain more about them. And I think Zephyr and Nothing are going to talk about Christmas, well, Snoggletog in this case, how excited they are and how they are excited to spend time as a family. Yay! Then I think it'll cut to the Hidden World, a scene with the dragons living peacefully and seeing how they behave in the Hidden World. Because we didn't see that in How to Train Your Dragon 3. I think it's going to talk about how, what do the dragons do in the Hidden World? Like, yeah, we get they fly, they nest, they rest, but how are they going to behave? Like, what happens especially? What do they do? What does Toothless do? What does he do now that he's the king? Does he just call them whenever he wants to, like, unite them all for a big dragon call? Or is he just going to be spending time with the Light Fury and his baby Nightlights? That's another thing I'm interested in. And I want to see how the dragons do behave in the Hidden World. Because we didn't get a scene with just the dragons after the dragons left New Berk in the third movie. We just had the Hidden World in one scene, despite it being in the title. However, I like the build-up, etc. And I think it'll cut to Hiccup and Astrid planning the Snoggletog festival, and I think it's going to talk about how Hiccup can miss Toothless. However, he obviously has visited him once. However, it was confirmed by Dean DeBloy that it was just one visit Hiccup and Toothless have, as in after that they never see each other again. I think they might pull a surprise on this. Remember, How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda are known for their twists, and DreamWorks are known for making surprises, except for crap like Boss Baby. And I think this is going to pull another twist. Maybe the dragons will return. I doubt it, but I'd like to think of it. It's just something that's nice to be happy about, you know? They could come back. I think then it'll cut to the other characters, Gobber, Rough Nut and Tough Nut, Snotlout, Fishlegs, and Valka now as a grandmother. I think then there'll be a scene talking about Stoic and how Berk has changed a lot since Stoic died in How to Train Your Dragon 2. Yes, How to Train Your Dragon 3 was a year after How to Train Your Dragon 2, but I think it would be nice if New Berk talks about how Stoic, they got on with how Stoic is now gone. How did they move on? Yeah, we do see it, but I mean, I kind of want to see them talk more about Stoic. Like, I hope Stoic has a big impact on the story. It's also said that Jared Butler is going to be coming back for the fifth short, so I'm not going to be surprised that maybe there will be another flashback. Maybe Hiccup talks about to Zephyr and Nothing how he celebrated Christmas with Stoic. Well, I'm sorry, I keep calling it Christmas, but Snoggletog. How he celebrated Snoggletog with Stoic, like, yeah, Hiccup's dad, when Valka was gone. Because obviously we all know Valka left when Hiccup was a baby.
You and your father nearly died that night.
Yeah, that was quite sad. However, I think it's going to be nice to see Stoic for one last time. We only had 2 flashbacks with him in the hidden world, and I kind of thought we'd have more. It's not a big deal, but it's just something nice to think about. It's just something that could have been cool. However, also interested to see, will there be scenes with Eret? Will there be more scenes with him? Like, how does characters like Eret celebrate Snoggletog? That's another thing I'm going to be interested in. This is going to be the final short. This is going to be the end of the whole thing. And I think it's going to be rather interesting. I want to see how they end this short, and I want to see how they end this. This feels like a part 2, really, in my opinion. This feels like another expanded edition of the Hidden World. This feels like, this is after the ending, here's what happened after, and here's like a nice few 20 minutes. It's actually been confirmed for half an hour, so maybe it'll be 30 minutes. I don't know. It might be 30 minutes. I think they could be just saying that, but hey, you never know with DreamWorks. And I have another theory. Well, this isn't really a theory. Will Heather, Dagger, the Wing Maidens, and the Defenders of the Wing come back in this fifth short? Maybe. The chances are very slim of that happening. Now, yes, they referenced Vigo in How to Train Your Dragon 3 when Hiccup talked to Eret about Grimmel, how there was an attack in the woods when they went to find out the Light Fury. And I think they could possibly bring them in. Maybe they referenced them, but I don't know. The chances of that are very slim. This is DreamWorks, and they haven't really done this. Yes, they referenced Script of the Night Fury in the third film, and obviously Vigo. I'm just curious, will they bring those characters in this to conclude their arcs? I don't know, because I do know that in the comics set between How to Train Your Dragon 2 and 3, they talk about how the dragons can have to listen to the alpha's control. When Toothless does a massive alpha roar, there's like these statues that let the dragons know that it's time to go. That's a interesting thing, actually. That's kind of cool. That shows Toothless is a badass king. He's the king of all the dragons. So you want to be careful of this guy because he's the big boy. I'm also interested to see how the dragons will celebrate Snoggletog. Will Toothless get the Nightlights a present? Probably. I don't know. Although I'm interested to see how the Nightlights behave. Will they get their names? And I'm very curious to see that. It's kind of hard for me to talk about this thing because there's not a lot said, and I think it's going to be really cool to see these characters again one last time. I think it could end with maybe the dragons come back. Probably not. I don't know. See, it's kind of hard to think. I think they could end it with a narration. Hiccup talks about how the world is waiting to be a better place for the dragons to come back, and I don't know what the final shot will be. That's going to be something not a big deal because the Hidden World was obviously the big grand finale. This is just a nice little expansion to that ending. It's like an epilogue, really, so that's going to be cool. So I think they will do a narration of how Christmas is still being celebrated. Oh God, Snoggletog. Jesus Christ, I keep saying Christmas. How they celebrate Snoggletog, and I think they will talk about how they are waiting for the dragons to return. I don't know. It's something that's going to be interesting. I am rather interested to see how this Homecoming short goes on. I think Homecoming is a bit of a weird name. Not because it's similar to Spider-Man Homecoming. I just think as a Christmas special, you could have given it a better name. Why not Snoggletog Part 2 or How to Train Your Dragon Snoggletog Celebration? That could have been interesting. However, when will this fifth short come out? I'm still debating when I'm going to watch it. Right, as of right now, as school is now started and all, I've been doing a How to Train Your Dragon marathon every Friday. This Friday coming, I'm going to be starting Race to the Edge Season 1. And I have 7 weeks left of school till my midterm break, a week off school, so that's awesome. And I'm obviously very excited to get off school again. Yay, because school sucks. And I think there is going to be, well, I don't know. I definitely want to do a marathon in a week before Christmas comes. I'm still deciding, should I watch this fifth short on Christmas Day? Because I do plan on doing a ranking with Fury Oddity, New Orca, and Harry Thomas by Christmas time as this Homecoming short comes out. I don't know. Also, I'm going to leave a link to the petition in the description so you guys can sign it so we can have a 10th anniversary screening of How to Train Your Dragon. And yeah, that's all I can say really. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit short, but it was just me talking about how I think the plot will go. It's hard to think about right now, but I think more stuff will be confirmed as the months go down. There's only 3 months till December, so I think by December time or the end of November, they'll definitely have like a teaser or a trailer or a poster or a DVD cover. They have said that it's going to be airing on MZC Universal in America. They've said nothing about the other countries, so it might be uploaded to YouTube. Also, tell me this, do you want me to do a reaction to the fifth short? I kind of want to record myself reacting to it. The only issue is copyright, and I don't want to get copyright. But we'll wait and see, because Universal is quite strict when it comes to copyright. Even some of my old How to Train Your Dragon commentaries are getting copyright now, even though they were uploaded in 2017. Oh god. However, I am rather curious to see this fifth short. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. I'll see you guys next time, and skadoosh, and hope you have a great day. God bless.